What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Danmachi. Today we're going to be talking about Heroic Trial. Now, this Heroic Trial is ending this week, so you want to get this out of the way. I will talk about the other Heroic Trial this evening, and we'll basically cover both of these today, so you can get them both out of the way if you haven't already. As you can kind of tell, this Heroic Trial I'm almost done with, so basically when we're done here, I'm just going to farm the crap out of this, just because I want to try to finish this up real quickly. But this is the team we're using. This team has a very, very, very important purpose. You're going to be using fire, and you're going to be using earth, and you're going to be using predominantly single target attacks, hence why we have the single target Hestia on here. Now, I know you guys get upset when I'm using maximum broken units. I'm going to be real. I'm trying to use units that you most recently have acquired. More people are going to have these units than anything else in the game currently. I just am in a situation where I did whale, I did maximum break them. This is such a laughable situation. You are easily, and I mean easily, going to be able to take this event down. Basically, if you use a team even remotely close to this, and these units are maybe +2, +3. And this is the EX level. Like, that is how badass these units are. So let's go ahead and jump in here, because I am on borrowed time here. My couple of early runs of this really well, but obviously, it took a while to record the video and get the recording set up, so just in case this doesn't go right, I want to have a little time to go further, and I've only got 7 minutes, so let's jump in, alright? So, first things first, we're going to do a big debuff with Haruhime. You need to do this because both of these units hit stupid hard. They hit very hard, and it'll hurt badly if you do not have something there. If you are +2, +3, and only 3 purple stars, I would also recommend adding another, like, physical debuff, or maybe even throwing Artie on your team, just so you have a little bit more health, a little bit more, I guess, health regen. That's going to be really vital here. I'm not in that situation, so I'm not using that tactic. I'm going to instead use Line for 33% SA gauge charge. But I'm going to go ahead and target Elise. Elise is going to buff herself, so she's going to do really, really, really crazy damage if we don't take care of that right away. So I'm going to go ahead and do our main buff stack. I'm going to do the debuff with Haruhime. I am going to do the buff with Otaro. I know Otaro's debuff is better than Haruhime's, but I think by getting his buff stack out, we're doing ourselves a little more justice. So we're going to go ahead and do that right away. Yes, technically with magic, yeah, with the magic Elise, it is really more of a debuff on that stack, but because it does, you know, it does debuff their AoE resistance, but we're not really going to be using that as much. Here's the good one right here. Oh, no, I take that back. It's physical RD that does that, so we'll get to that in a moment. Sorry. I keep forgetting which one I have in the front. So we're going to go ahead and do her buffs now. Now, there is a tactic to using her buffs first and then doing this, but personally I find because that first attack really doesn't get those extra attacks, doing this buff second is actually not that detrimental. So I do this attack first, then this attack. There is something to be said for doing it the other way around, but I find that in this event, 1-2 is fine. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do Yosuga on this turn. We're going to need a little bit of healing. Her debuff is out there. Everyone's down 40%, and that's basically just going to kind of save her butts. Now, if you don't have Haruhime, there are other options for debuffing here, a lot of other options, but you want a really good debuff or like the best possible defensive buff. I know Otaro has a good debuff, but it is single target, and you need both of them to be debuffed. So if you don't have Haruhime, make sure you're doing a really good job of debuffing here so that, you know, we can get all that done. Now, so in this turn, we're going to go ahead and do her buffs. We're going to do Haruhime's Yosuga. We're going to do his main. This is another debuff. Physical and earth resist down 35%. That's going to help us do a lot of damage. And we're going to go ahead and do this right here. That's going to debuff single target damage, and that's going to help out drastically. Plus, it's an AoE attack. So, though I think there should be said, I think we're already debuffing single target, but like I said, Goblin Slayer's point here is rather negligible. You could throw a good, like, defensive buffer there and be just fine, or throw the defensive buffer on the first slot and throw Line on, or whoever you have that does 33%. The new Wealth would actually be a really good unit to throw there because he does 33% and he does other fire attacks too. So once again, plan your team accordingly. Now, turn 3, we're going to go ahead and do the single target attack with, we're going to do the single target attack because remember, we're focusing mostly on single targets. We're going to go ahead and do the main fire debuff here with Elise, and we're going to do Otaro's big attack. I'm going to go ahead and switch it up here. I'm going to do Sheikah on this turn, only because I really feel like when it comes to that move, that is really going to help us get heals with Haruhime, and it is going to help us do a lot more damage. Now, I'm not going to do Haruhime's essay on this. And the only reason I'm not going to do Haruhime's essay is because I really kind of feel like if you don't have Haruhime, you might get sick of seeing that. Her big buff is insane, but we'll do this without her buff. I'm going to go ahead and do Otaro's essay on this turn, and we're going to wipe out Elise, because we need to get Elise gone. Elise needs to go quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right? So that means Elise is going to be gone, so I'm going to do the debuff again here, and we're going to have to redo the, which attack is that? Hot Steak. It's literally Hot Steak. I thought it was Hot Streak. It's literally called Hot Steak. Well, anyway, I know it's supposed to be like, like a steak, stabby, but all I'm thinking, I'm hungry. What do you want? So if you notice down here, it says additional actions, Hot Steak, are 1 left. Should be... Anyway, I'm not going to get into temperatures. Anyway, it says 1 left. You want to rebuff it when there's 1 left. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And actually, I take that back. Hers is an AoE. I keep thinking hers is a single target. Hers is AoE, so he's debuffed down 70%. So we can go ahead and do the super class attack and get the final debuffs and buffs out of her. And yeah, we'll be good to go. Otaro's going to kill Elise. Elise is gone. Like, there's no question about it. I want to say he'll probably hit north of, like, maybe 1.2 mil. And that's even without, like, the crazy debuffs like we see in Record Buster. Go, girl! Croak. Oh, no. Not even 3/4. I expected a lot more out of Otaro. Anyway. Maybe I'm expecting too much. Now, at this point, pretty much we have our buffs set. We're going to go ahead and do our single targets here with the girls. And since the fire is down 70%, that's kind of it for this turn. Now, once again, if your units are only +2, +3, obviously you're not going to kill it this quick. You are probably going out fully onto turn 9. But again, I'm going to guesstimate if this goes out to turn 6, I might be a little shocked. Honestly, if I'm completely honest here. Normally you'd have to come back in here and rebuff his earth attack because obviously it's going to run out on that turn. I'm just going to go ahead and... let's see what he's debuffed to. 0%, but -20 physical. That's a super class attack versus a high attack. Let's do the high attack. Let's do the debuff and see what happens here. Alright, and with the counters, he's dead. Turn 5. See what I mean? Take out Elise first, then focus on Finn. You'll be good to go. Debuff them so they don't do damage. If you have to do a defensive buff, you're in the good, but like I said, I killed this in 5 turns. I could probably auto it with this team. So if you have the max limit broken, congrats. If you don't have a max limit broken, do not despair. You can still... that's brutal. It just ended. It just ended. So if you don't have a max limit broken, that is fine. Notice how quickly I killed it. If they're only +2, +3 each, and you've got them only with 3 purple stars, I think you're still going to probably get the S clear. You just need to make sure you do your debuff and buff stacks absolutely perfectly. But even then, you should still be murdering this event, absolutely laughing at this event with that team. So hopefully you have both our Elises, I almost called her Arties. Hopefully you have both Elises, hopefully you have Haruhime, and hopefully you have Otaro. Again, My team's max limit broken, but you don't need a max limit broken team. All you need is a moderate team. And I wouldn't even say a moderate team. I mean just like an okay team of these units, and you'll kill it. And even like I said, Goblin Slayer really doesn't have a very good spot in this team. He's an enigma here. You would actually be better off, and I don't need the defensive buff, but you'd be better off where I put Line putting a defensive buff unit and then putting Line on that turn, or Krazo, or whoever you have that does 33% as a gauge charge. Put them there. I said Krazo. Welf. Put them there, and you'll be fine. The main thing is just getting that 33% as a gauge charge, because remember, that coupled with the Fin Assist, who I hope you have, and I hope you have Max Limit broken. If you haven't, he needs to be your number one target. Through all of the 3rd anniversary, he's the best unit. You're going to use him every single match without fail. I don't care if it's War Game. I don't care if it's Record Buster. I don't care if it's 7th Zone. That Fin is so important. Sorry to hype on it for a moment, but that's going to give you 66% to pretty much everybody, and then you're just going to murder it after that. So hopefully this gives you guys something to do. Go kill it. I'm going to go work on the other 7th Zone. The other heroic trial. It's late, guys. I'm doing this after a live stream. I'm exhausted. So I will catch you guys on the next one. Like, comment, share, and I'll see you tonight for the live stream, too. We're going to be doing the rest of the summons tonight on the live stream, so hope to see you there.